Hey guys, little update on the V-Cord player here. I made a little bit of progress today. As you see, it is currently on, and it's not the roller here is not rotating, nor is the capstan. What I did was I believe I'm looking at it. Okay, that at the end there, that little metal piece, kind of where my finger is in the back. Let me focus on it. There we are. That seemed to be sticking a bit. So what I did was I got one of my dental picks here, and I just eased it away, and now the mechanism is such that you can actually hit eject, whatever. As you see, the do pilot is on, so now I can't do anything else with it at the moment. Because before it was on, the do pilot, that is, the rewind and the fast forward, those were able to stay down and actually go through the motions. Now, when I press play, it restarts this whole thing over again. So I have to, and even when I press play, it still will not thread the tape. So there's still an issue with that. But I can say that much, that that little piece there, I suppose, is sticking, and therefore the machine thinks that the tape isn't unthreaded all the way, even though it is, and that's why that keeps spinning and spinning. And before I can fully fix this, I am going to have to put rubber renew on that little roller, because it's losing rubber like mad whenever I turn it on. So that's a quick little update. I also took a look at the board, the capstan board underneath. A lot of the joints there seem to be really cold, so I reflowed as much as I could today, but it's going to be a long process of getting all the hitting all the joints that look bad. So that's where I am. I made good progress today, I must say. I'm really proud so far. Oh, this here, I noticed that trace broke because, as you see, there's the board there without the copper on there. That must have snapped off, and that's obviously supposed to connect this and this. So I just put a little wire over there so that's all patched up. You can compare it to this here, how that's attached as such. So that's all I have today. I guess we are getting closer. Alright, there's a little later on, just had my lunch and about to wrap up for the day, but just wanted to show the additional stuff that I tested out. Now that the do pilot light isn't on anymore, I can show you. That's the rewind, and it should pop by itself sometime soon. Did it not? Alright then. Then let's fast forward. It turns that wheel there. That's spindle, whatever you want to call it. And the capstan turns along with the rewind and fast forward and rewind. But what I wanted to show, that's the power supply. Obviously, this thing is just going to have a linear power supply, so no switchers. I'm using my scope just to get a basis of, is there any DC voltage on any of the pins there, and I can also see if there was any ripple, because too much ripple, that's going to point to an issue. So what I found, I currently have it AC coupling, 0.5 volts per division, just to show you, well, to get this out of the way, looks like there's DC voltage on all these points. I'm guessing the blue wire there is the ground, because it didn't have any voltage it didn't measure anything when I put my probe on it. So this one here, no ripple on there, but the next one, yeah, that is a full volt peak to peak of ripple. Call me crazy, but I feel like that shouldn't happen. So that is neighboring one. There's no ripple. However, the next one, if I remember correctly, again, another point is another volt peak to peak of ripple, and I think that's it for. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, because I'm trying to see what I'm doing, because I don't want my probe to short to any of the other pins, because that would be disastrous. And that was it for the ripple. So, now, if I put my finger that close, it's just gonna focus on my finger. So, this second pin here and the fourth pin both have a worrying amount of ripple on there. So I have to look at the regulation and the filter and see what if either is bad, because that shouldn't. A volt peak to peak of ripple is pretty unacceptable, if I recall correctly. So the linear power supplies, way more tolerant with the noise on the DC in comparison to switchers, which are not tolerant at all with any noise on the DC line. I just need to confirm at a later date that this and this aren't like the pre-regulation stages of like their neighboring pins, because that could be the case, but it looks like the wires are going elsewhere into the machine, as though that's the final voltage to be sent out. So I do need to confirm that, but I spent a good amount of time with this unit today. I learned quite a bit, and I'm just gotta call it quits and look at this next time. Thanks for watching.